What is up, gamers? Welcome back to another episode of the Red Scissor Open stuff or something. I don't know. This wasn't really a series. I think I've done a couple of these before. I also used to do like the physical Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles. Shout outs to Luna Kaiju Shadal. I think that one actually got some views. But of course, I don't have a setup for this. So welcome to my bed, I guess, and Garbodor's here. He's kind of off center. Let's there he goes. He's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, I gotta say. And we are doing this vertical because it's the only way I could figure out how to get this set up. So today we're opening the legendary modern decks. These are really cool. If you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, you could buy one of these and it'll help you out. We're gonna look at what's inside. Now there is a chance for some rarity upgrades. There is some randomness in terms of like the upgrades you get. So, maybe we'll get a Starlight Rare. That'd be cool, right? Let's open it up, and we get 3 decks. And by 3 decks, I mean, really, we only get 2 decks, because let's be honest, no one cares about this one. Okay, it looks like we got a... This looks awfully familiar. I say that because I actually have 2 of these to open today. And I can't help but notice that the secret rares on the cover, which I believe are upgrades, are identical to the other ones I have. In fact, this is also... Oh, wait, no. Ritual and Prayers. Okay. They're not exactly the same. Definitely some, like, clumping going on with these, which is not awful. I mean, I only need one more secret rare linkage. This guy's kind of cool to get because he's a one-of, but of course now I have 2 of them, so okay. But these look like they've been randomized. We got 1 Prayers and 1 Ritual, which, I mean, these are cool cards to get. There's actually multiple in here, so let's open these at the end. Because I think that's where our biggest chance of getting, like, cool stuff is. Or maybe this guy actually... Chat, I might be stupid. Now that I think about it, I think these are not random. I think this is always a secret. Now, I'm thinking back to, like... the like posts as to what's in the set, and I feel like I remember seeing a secret rare like in the bottom right corner. Okay, maybe these aren't random. These are the only things that are random, and they are properly random. Wow, that whole thing was just like pointless. I'll explain why I bought 2 of these in a sec. If you're looking to play Mitsurugi, you only need 1 of these. If you're looking to play Sky Striker, then you probably want 2, or if you don't want to pay $30 again, which is fair, then I would purchase a certain card that we're going to get to later, because you probably want at least 2 of it, but there's only 1 in here. Actually, let's do the least... I opened the Mitsurugi one, but that's probably the most exciting one. Well, actually, I think the Striker one's most exciting, because that one actually has new cards that are imported from the OCG that we've been waiting on forever. But I do want to take a look at the this one first, because it's the one that no one cares about. So, what is... Oh, are these just, like, code stuff back here? Yeah. So, we got Gotham's Emergency Call. X-Sabers are a good deck in, like, certain, like, retro formats. But, yeah, in Modern, I don't know. These cards are interesting. I could see these being playable in, like, Genesis format, because it is a Synchro deck, so they are legal in Genesis, and I don't think they have any points. So... I think in that format, these could be interesting. I was thinking about maybe trying to play these in Genesis, but I'd have to learn it. But, like, I don't know if Airbellum, like, hand loops are really going to work. How are you attacking with that guy? It's 2026. Pashul, like, these guys are all old. Now, Full Troll, I mean, Full Troll is a good card, to be fair. And you do get 2 of them, it looks like. Oh, you actually get to place it. That's right. So, unlike the other legendary, or they weren't called, I don't remember what they're called, the 5Ds decks, that was a good product. However, they tended to have a lot of 2-ofs. These decks actually give you playsets of the cards that you want to have playsets of. Now, X-Sabers, I don't know what the ratios are. Like, I'm assuming you want 3 Bogard Knight, but I don't know anything about this deck. Now, the reason that this deck is interesting is because you do get 3 Charmies. This is another reason why I wanted 2 of these. Because I have 4 copies of Perulia, so with the 2 extra ones, now I have 2 play sets of this, so I don't have to keep swapping it between my side decks. I guess I need 1 more Fuelos, though, because I have, 8 of these now? So I need 1 more Fu to have a 3rd play set, which would be great. Polina, okay, so this one, these 2 were in Ultra, and then they also get a common version. There's Emergency Teleport / thingy, Okay, Tenki, I mean, playset of Tenki is always great to have. I mean, this is played in meta decks. It's good in Luna Light right now. And you can also play it in, like, I guess you could play it in, like, Yummy Tri-Brigade. Probably not. Actually, maybe. That deck probably doesn't need the extra consistency. Called by the Grave is in here, which is, of course, great. Triple Tack, Prosperity, you know, all these cards are 3 limited cards, so you only need 1. Great place to pick those up. Prosperity is also really good in Mitsurugi, so I would actually take this out of here and put it in the Mitsurugi deck. Same with Called by the Grave. Small World's always a fun one. Oh, wow, I didn't even realize this was in here. Thrust. As a common. Huh, that's neat. Emergency Call, Saber Hole. Oh, I actually don't know if I have Karma Cannons. This is a great pickup. This card's great in, like, Edison format and stuff. Again, this is more of a retro deck a lot of the time. I mean, Urbellum, Rose Dragon. Naturia Beast, I know this deck can make this, which is annoying. This card is played in Magnet Warrior, I think, can make this right now. And that deck is surprisingly solid, so, you know, it's nice to have reprints of those. Trish, this is one of the most reprinted cards ever, I swear. Souza, Cloud Castle, you know, great for Virtual World. That's still relevant, right? Moonlight Dragon, wasn't this card played in, like, Tenpai or something? Another Virtual World card. Common Changying is crazy, but also nice to have. And then we get a couple of nothings. Okay, so let's do Mitsurugi next, because I want to talk about Striker last, because that's the one that's a little weird. I was hoping that was like a secret shiny card, even though I think they'll be in these, but whatever. So yeah, Kusanagi. Again, cool that this guy's the secret, because he is a one-of, so like, just having the one secret, you can just play the one secret one that you get, which is pretty sweet. We've got Futsu no Mitama no Mitsurugi. Great card, also a one-of. This guy is a one-of because he's limited, because he's broken. Ame no Habakiri no Mitsurugi. Absolutely crazy card. We got a Prayers and a Mirror. There are more copies of Prayers, but they are in commons. Mirror is also a one-of, so again, really cool to have a holo printing of that. Same with the Trap card. You usually only play this one. You could play both, but I think just playing this one's probably smarter. This is one other weird thing with Mitsurugi. This deck only comes with 1 Manju. I think because Habakiri is limited, a lot of people like to play at least 2 Manju, but it's more of a preference thing. You don't need to play 2 Manju. But I mean, this guy is very accessible. You might even have them laying around in your bulk somewhere, but you know, you can always buy a second one for cheap to complete this deck. But again, you can play the deck with 1. It's just a lot of people prefer 2. Ash Blossoms in here, of course, most, you know, reprinted card these days, which is great because everyone has to have Ash Blossoms. I mean, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh without your Ash Blossoms. How are you supposed to stop the Molcharmies? Sword Knight Serpent, the classic one-of in this deck, as just an extender to make rank 4s and whatnot. You get 3 Saji. A lot of Mitsurugi decks do not play 3 Saji, but, you know, having 3 is not a bad thing. Same with Armasa. This guy's usually like a 2-of, I think. I'm going to be honest, I've never really played Mitsurugi. I played against it a million times, so I'm just kind of like, you know, based on things I picked up, I'm just guessing. Did you hear that dog bark out there? Mitsurugi no Miko Wosu. This card's not always played, but you could play it as a one-of. 3 copies of Ame no Murakumo no Mitsurugi. My dog's very excited about this, even though this card's actually a 2-of. But hey, doesn't hurt to have 3. Very strong card. Really crazy to see this as a common. Pre-prep, very staple card. It searches Habakiri, and you get 3 of it in this deck, which is great. Same with Extrav. Great card for this deck. It doesn't use the extra deck, so no reason not to play 3 Extrav. I believe in Master Duel, that card's limited, but over in the TCG, yeah, we still have 3 of that card. Droplet is incredibly strong. I've been loving this card recently in the format, so having 3 of these in here is also amazing. We get 2 Prayers and 2 Ritual, and then I believe we got... What was the other one? Another Prayers, yeah. So you do want 3 Prayers. And I remember seeing some people be like, what, they only put 2 Prayers in here? But no, they did put 3. It's just one of them's an Ultra. 2 Rituals, which is the normal number you play in this deck, so that makes sense. Magatama's not usually played, same with Sacred Boundary, but might as well put them in here just in case you want to play them. 3 Imperm, you know, great to see more Imperm playsets in these packs. Exton Knight is also a card you just play in this because why not? Now, this card could also be used as a bridge into the Fiendsmith package, which I've been looking into. I think it might be kind of fun. The downside is, of course, you can't play Extrav in that version. And the Fiendsmith cards don't actually bridge into the Mitsurugi cards anymore ever since they banned Feral Imps, from what I understand. But, you know, it is what it is. We just got some generic rank 4s since this deck can make generic rank 4s, and it can also make rank 8s. So here's Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. This is a classic guy to go into. Really happy to see another reprint for this guy. I mean, he got reprinted not too long ago. There was a time this guy was like a $50 card, but he hasn't been expensive recently. Like I said, he did just get reprinted like a couple months ago, I think. Maybe it was a few months ago, I don't know. But here's a common version of him, so that's great. Dugaris is also usually played in this deck because, again, just a generic rank 4. This one's a funny one. I don't know why he's in here. Typhon, though, really cool to see common Typhon in here. And then what's really crazy, not only do we have 2 common Mascarenas, we have... Okay, that's not what I thought was going to be next. We have... Okay, Dynamondo. You do play 2 Dynamondo in this deck, so there you go. 2 Dynamondo. This guy's pretty cool in this deck. 2... common SP Little Knights. This card is like a $10 card right now, and I think it's going to be one of those cards that just stays expensive because of how generic it is. So the fact that you get not 1 but 2 of these in here is insane. And also, you know, common charity format, they have to deal with this now, I guess. I don't know if anyone... I know there is like a small community that does still play that format. And this pack seems insane for that format. Like, granted, not all, like, Habakiri is not legal. But, like, just in terms of, like, the staples that are commons now, like, Thrust, I don't think was a common before this. Oh, I'm having trouble getting this one up. But, yeah, okay, I might have to take this off camera. It's getting snagged, and I don't want to destroy the poor cards. Okay, so we get Linkage Secret Rare, which is cool. This card, did it come higher than Ultra before? I know its original print was Ultra. Those are the ones I have already. We have this guy, Addlesaber. I think this guy's kind of cute, but I don't know if you probably don't play this guy. Hornet Drones, you definitely do play as a one-of. Again, really like when they give the hollows to the one-ofs. Camellia, so this is a card that the OCG has had for like 2 years or something, and we just never got... Finally, we're getting it. This card, ooh, not only is this card amazing in Sky Striker, it's also good in like a million different decks. As you can see, it is generic. And because of that, this card is played all over the place. Very happy that not only did we get it, but we got it in a structure deck instead of it being like a stupid chase secret or something. So, you know, it's in a structure. Everyone can easily get these, which is awesome. And hey, if you want an expensive version, you know, I believe this does come as a upgrade in, I think, both Secret and the Starlight. So, you know, if you want to bling out your deck, you can still do that, but everyone else can just play the regular version, which is awesome. Spectra is not a good card. You just don't need, like, a Link 4 boss like this in Striker. It's just completely pointless. This card's pretty cute, though. I forget exactly what it does. I know I've played against it in Master Duel a couple times, but again, another card that we're just getting now in the TCG. And then this guy is, I think, especially cool. He's a new Link 1 for Striker. He does some really cute things. He can sort of pseudo-negate your opponent's effect. It's like a Carmyle effect where it changes your opponent's effect, which is really cool. Definitely going to look into playing that guy. 3 common Rays. You know, Ray's been reprinted a lot. I don't know if it's ever been common. So that's interesting. 2 Nibs. Kind of funny if there's only 2, although you don't always play 3 Nibs, but... Again, kind of weird that there's only 2. Rose, 2 Roses. You play 1 Rose unless you're playing Desires, then you play 2. So it's nice to have the 2 for if you want to go that route, although I don't think Desires is in this. 3 Raigeki, I mean, Raigeki's a great side deck card, even today. I still think it's kind of underrated. Like, this card's really strong, especially if you open them in multiples. Obviously, you're not always going to open 2 Raigeki, but like, Raigeki plus Thrust, Raigeki plus Raigeki, Raigeki plus Duster. Like, I mean, 2 of these big board wipe cards are just really hard to deal with. 3 Upstart. This card was actually like $5. It actually hadn't been reprinted in a while. I almost bought 3 before this came out because I was like, oh, I want to play the deck immediately. And then I was like, no, they're going to put Upstart in here. Upstart is such a quintessential Sky Striker card. And glad to see that they did, in fact, put these in here so I can have them. Because I only had 1 Upstart because it used to be limited. So I only ever had 1 and I never bought extras after it got unlimited because they were like $5 and it felt like a waste. Here's Rhoda, another called by, which is funny, but I mean, you can never have too many called bys. Wow, look at that. Common Engage. This is what I mean, that common charity format is just like a mess. Although I guess you can't play the new Striker links, but you can still play the old ones, which sounds crazy. But I mean, yeah, it's Engage. Like, broken card. Crazy. It's back at 3 these days. I mean, it's been at 3 for a while. Striker has been meta since like 2019. Can you believe that? This deck, it just doesn't die. It just keeps topping every single year. Of course, it keeps getting new support, so that makes sense. Afterburners, not all variants of this deck play this card these days. The going first variants obviously don't, because it is not a quick play. But if you're playing a going second version of Striker, then you definitely play that. Same with the Jamming Waves. Classic like side deck going second card for this deck to be able to pop back row. Widow Anchor, this card's been a 3 of in this deck since it came out, and that has not changed, so great to have 3 common copies of this one. This is also a card that would randomly get expensive sometimes, from what I remember. Eagle Booster is played actually in a lot of the going first variants because it just buys you a turn, which in Striker, which can generate so much card advantage, it's really good to just buy yourself a turn. Short Cannon's great. I mean, it's basically DD Crow that's searchable, which is awesome. This card you do not play. Multi-roll, again, kind of a weird card these days. There's just too many Striker cards at this point, so multi-roll's often been getting cut. This card is unlimited now, but there's only 1 in here. I don't know if you'd play more than 1. I used to really like playing 2 of this, but I don't know if I would anymore. Again, there's just too many good Striker cards now. Area Zero, kind of the same thing. It probably depends on if you're going first or second. I know the lists that topped recently were not playing those cards, though, because they were like going first versions. Lightning Storm, can never have too many Lightning Storms. Kind of weird to only have 2 of these. This card is unlimited now. It was at 2 for the longest time, so maybe they finalized this before then, except that's definitely not the case because there's only 1 Habakiri in this deck, and that card got limited recently, so they definitely planned that. Oh, there's actually a second Talents. I mean, you can never have too many of these. Okay, so there's 1 secret linkage and 2 common linkage. Very funny. But hey, linkage is a very, very strong card, especially in conjunction with the card I'm looking to talk about at the end of this. Another thrust, which is cool to have. So I guess you get at least 2 thrusts as part of this, which is cool. I like to play 2 thrust and then like some, flex cards a lot of the time because I don't really want to draw multiple thrusts. Lemnis Gate is an amazing one of in this deck. This card is why it kind of fixed the problem where like they printed so many of these Sky Striker extra deck monsters and you just don't have room for them. But Lemnis Gate recycles them, so it helps you not have that problem where you don't have enough room in your extra deck because you can only play, or you can play like 1 Shizuku, 1 Hayate, and it's fine because you can just recycle them with Lemnis Gate. This card's also removal. It does everything. Really cool to see a reprint of this so soon as well, and in common no less. Kagari, of course. We get 2, one of the regular art, one of the alt art, which is cool. I love the alt art Kagari. I think it's a lot cooler than the original, which, some people like the original more. I really like this pose for Kagari, though. Shizuku is here, of course. 2 of these. Again, you probably only need 1 of these. The other thing is, like, you probably want to play 3 Kagari, but you can definitely play 2 with only 1 of these, since you do have Lemnis Gate to put them back. 2 Hayate. Again, probably only play 1 Hayate these days, since it's recyclable. Kaina, unfortunately, it's hard to justify playing this now. There's just too many other cards, though this card can come up. Zeke is a classic. You definitely play this guy just because he's really generic. You just take a Sky Striker Ace monster and any monster your opponent controls. So if you if you steal it with Widow Anchor or steal it with the Grave card, I'm blanking. We just talked about it earlier. Shark Cannon. Then you can just go into a Zeke and then go into the other ones. So this card's a classic one of in this deck. Oh, there's Azalea. Azalea is a pretty cool one. I think we already had this card, right? I think it was Azalea we did have. I think this card was expensive, though, but now it's a common. Here's the card I want to talk about. First off, crazy that this got reprinted so soon. Really happy about that. This card was a Chase Secret Rare, and now its second printing is a structured at common, and only like half a year since it came out or something? Yeah, this card was like $30 before this, and now it is much cheaper. But the problem is they only put 1, and I understand they only put 1 because it was like a Chase Secret, and they wanted big, we don't want to put too many in. But like, you do need multiple of this card. And that is the only problem with the Sky Striker package here. And also part of the reason why I just bought 2. Because I wanted extra copies of the staples anyway. I mean, yes, you could just buy a single of this, but like, I figured I'd just buy 2. But yeah, 0 is insane. You tag into this off of linkage, and it can just search Engage or any other card. You can activate Engage like 5 times in a single turn because of this card. It's hilarious. Very, very strong card. Very happy to see it reprinted. And as a common. Really funny, they didn't even put it as one of the ultra rares. There's just common 0. It looks so weird seeing this card in common because, again, it's a new card and a secret rare. So seeing this low rarity is crazy. But yeah, very excited about this. You can only play 2, of course. You don't need 3 because Lemnis Gate can always recycle them. And then we get the token, which is cute, to summon off the quick play spell. I already have a holographic version of this, but, you know, it's nice to have. Okay, well, that's everything. Oh, you look yummy. Except we have the super exciting final thing to open here. And that is our rarity upgrades. We already got Ritual and Prayers, which are pretty cool, though they are multiple loves. So I guess I would probably have preferred to get like an upgrade to like Habakiri. I'm assuming Habakiri has an upgrade. But let's see what we get for the Striker one. And I guess the X-Saber one. Oh, wait. That's sick. This was really high rarity before the alternate art Shizuku. It was extremely expensive. I didn't even know it was in here. And again, like Shizuku's usually a one of now. I'm really happy about this. I will definitely play this. I love this artwork. Wow, yeah. Huh. And I don't care. I'm sorry. Again, maybe I'll look into playing X-Sabers and like Genesis, but I don't have any interest in them currently. All right. Again, we have Prayers. Let's see what the back one is that I'm not excited about. Oh, I mean, I'm sure that this card is really cool for like not Genesis players, retro format players, having a easily accessible Secret Rare Fultrol. But I really care about this. Let's see, what are we looking at? Oh, another Link monster? What do I want? Does Zero come in secret? That'd be funny. Oh, it's another Camellia. That is a really good pull. I'm sure this is going to be expensive. Again, I think like the higher rarity versions of Camellia might be expensive because this card's so generic. So this is probably a good pull. It's not the Starlight version, but like, hey, that means I have 3 Camellias, which means I have a playset in case I want to play it in like an extra deck. I really can't complain about that. This is a great one to pull out of here. And of course, we did get the Mitsurugi spells, which are cool to have. But not really sure if I will play them because of the rarity mismatch. I mean, look, I like playing rarity mismatch sometimes for fun. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm probably just going to play because I bought 2, so I'll have commons of all of them. I'll probably just play the commons. But hey, yeah, really cool product, though. Again, I really recommend this. I think for $30, you are definitely getting your value back. Again, because like not only are you getting these great archetypes, Striker and Mitsurugi are topping, you know, right now in the format. But like the staples you get as well, again, like the SP Little Knights and the Droplets and the Ashes and the Imperms. And again, let's see. Camellia, again, this is a generic staple. You get a lot of really great stuff in this. So yeah, again, would recommend it. Had fun opening this. Definitely gonna look forward to playing some of these decks. I gotta learn them though. I have not learned New Striker, and I have not learned Mitsurugi. But I'm definitely interested in it because, yeah, these are super accessible now. I guess we'll leave off with the cool Alt-Art Shizuku, man. This is such a sick artwork. But yeah, hopefully they release more of these. I mean, next month we're getting the Rarity Collection 5. Also really looking forward to that. It feels weird to be so excited about Yu-Gi-Oh! Product for a change, but I'm legitimately really excited about products so far in 2026. I've really enjoyed the sets that have come out this year. I really enjoyed both Mesa Muertos and what was the core set before that. I think both of those had cards that really affected the meta and were also fun and just like actually felt good to open, especially like Mesa Muertos was a really fun set. That set like sold out everywhere near me. Very popular set. So yeah, it feels weird to be excited about a Yu-Gi-Oh! Product, but Konami is slowly learning, very slowly. But yeah, see you next time. Don't know when I'm going to make another one of these. You probably won't hear from me as far as Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos go until like the next ban list, but stay tuned, I guess. Bye, gamers.